Alright, thanks for tuning in to Leading Forecast. I'm Swift Lead Forecaster Joseph Cooper. Let's get on over. Current radar map, you can see showers across the western portion of the United States with the system that's going to come on board here, or is coming on board currently. And we do have some rain and snow showers out across the northeast here, where we could see 1 to 3 inches of snow across a few parts of the northeast there by the end of today. Let's go on over to the severe risk maps. You can see slight risk across the Iowa, southwest Minnesota, Nebraska, South Dakota area, and then a slight risk down across the Virginias, even down across Ohio. I think the slight risk here down across the eastern slight risk here will probably be for storms that form this afternoon as they start to develop. I think the slight risk up here across Iowa, we're probably going to see storms along this warm front for the next system here later on tonight that start to form and move off to the northeast. And so, that's what those are for. Tomorrow, slight risk out across a large portion of the Midwest and Ohio Valley here. With a red circle there, I think we could see a moderate risk come out. Southern Iowa, northwestern northwestern Missouri, and northeastern Kansas may see a moderate risk of severe storms tomorrow. And I'll show you why here in just a second. And then day 3, slight risk, basically Indianapolis, southeast over towards Ohio, most of Kentucky, Tennessee, southern Illinois, under a slight risk and for severe weather. Going on over, this is the 500 millibar charts here. Low pressure system centered at 500 millibar over southeastern Montana. And look at these winds. I drew some of these yellow lines here, and you can see one of them coming up out of Iowa and through Minnesota, and then another one kind of coming out. All these winds coming out across the Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky area. And this is what we call diffluent flow. This is really we're really seeing the winds kind of spread apart, and what happens is these winds, they spread apart, and it causes a lot of lift because it lifts that. It has to lift lower air because it's spreading out across farther to the east. It lifts the lower air up into the atmosphere, and when it does that, it also causes thunderstorms to lift. So we really could see some pretty intense thunderstorms, I think, tomorrow afternoon as this air really starts to spread, and we really get the diffluence going here, and across, probably, like I said, across that moderate risk area, especially where you see kind of the reds there down across the western portions of Iowa. As we get into Thursday here, low pressure center, 500 millibar now across Wisconsin here. You can see still we got a little bit of a trough digging in. I will say by early afternoon we do still see the kind of that negative tilt here of the trough here by tomorrow afternoon, but by about 8 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, the Eastern time, we really kind of see it flatten out, and it goes a little bit different here. So I think we could see some good thunderstorms to start the day here out across Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and then as they work their way southeast through the afternoon here, that's when I think they may start going down in intensity. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out, or go into a squall line even. Tomorrow afternoon, pressure map. This is the NAM low pressure center over southeastern Nebraska. Storms are breaking out now across Iowa, and now it looks like across Kansas as well. So thunderstorms out across that area could be pretty intense by tomorrow afternoon. By the time we get in Thursday, low pressure center now across eastern Ohio, western PA. You got storms that are forming or broken out down across Kentucky, even down across the Carolinas and Georgia. And this should form into a line and kind of move off to the east-southeast here as they progress. And you're also getting some pretty heavy snow, actually. You'll get some heavy snow out across the northeast, but actually by the end of the week we could see some pretty heavy banding of snow out across the New England area here. But we'll talk about that in a different leading forecast. So anyways, that's what's going on. If you live across the Midwest, watch out for the severe weather over the next couple of days. I really think this is kind of the first of many. I think this is going to be the trend over the next, probably this year, with the La Nina setting in and whatnot, of seeing severe weather across the Ohio Valley and Midwest area. I think that's going to be your hot spot instead of being down across Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas. We'll just have to wait and see. That's not to say they won't get severe weather, because they will, but I think instead of seeing your major tornado outbreaks down there, I think we might place them farther east and maybe a little farther north. So, anyways, that's what's going on right now. Until next time, Swift Lead forecaster Joseph Cooper. Have a great one.